Welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Shattered, 2021. Okay, no, it is just Shattered. On Amazon Prime, it says Shattered 2021. There's another movie called Shattered, really good, older movie. Tom Berenger was in that. Check that one out. I've never done a review on it, or I'd give you a link. Anyway, this one's only 5.1 on IMDb. I love how they do this, an hour and 31 minutes long. And it says here 856 people rated so far, so you know, not that big of a audience thus far. Now, Cameron Monaghan is in it, so he's Shameless. He's also in Gotham. Sasha Luss is in it. I wouldn't have known her, but I could see on Amazon she played Anna. If you've seen the movie Anna, you'll recognize her. And John Malkovich is in this. And who's my other man? Frank Grillo is also in this somewhere. Not popping up right up top, but oh yeah, Frank Grillo is in this, and there's other people in it too, obviously, but they're the ones that stood out to me. So I'm kind of interested to see it. It's about a man who falls in love with a mysterious woman, and his divorced wife and child come into trouble. I don't know that much about it. So we'll see. That's what IMDb says. I'm going to get into it here. Somewhat excited. $6.99. I'll let you know if it's worth it. So stick around. I'll be back. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Shattered. Sorry no check-in tonight, but I lost track of time. And by the time I was like, oh, gotta check in and tell everybody what the really movie's about, it was too late. So I'll do it all right here. Sorry about that. But kind of like they said, our guy, I forget his Cameron. It just came up because the credits are coming on. Cameron, he's a guy from Shameless. He is a billionaire, millionaire, whatever. He created, it's funny, Watchdog, which I think exists, but it's a security thing, and he created a whole, you know, security suite for the home, and it goes on your phone and stuff like that. And sells it to Google, and has tons and tons of money, and he lives, I don't know where he lives, to be honest with you. I missed that. But he lives up in the mountain, like almost in a ski area. He goes downtown at one point, and he's walking through the city drinking a beer. So I was like, it's not New Orleans, you know what I mean? I don't know where else you can walk, you know, with exposed beer. But anyway, his ex-wife is Sasha Luss. From whatever, and Anna, and so he's divorced from her, or getting divorced. He's in the process of getting divorced with her, reluctant to sign the papers, wants to hang on to everything. She's telling him to move on, and as luck would have it, he goes to the grocery store one night and finds a young lady who happens to be in a little bit of distress, could use some friendship and stuff like that. So one thing leads to another, and they end up at his house together, whatever, and start, you know, a little bit of a relationship. Now she has a little bit of a, you know, she comes out and says, you know, I had a bad childhood and stuff like that. She is damaged goods, as she says it. But you know, the guy's looking for love, and they continue this relationship. Now, John Malkovich. So she lived in a motel with a roommate, and prior to meeting him, and John Malkovich happens to be the landlord, I guess you will, or the owner of the motel there. That's his kind of inn. So they, you know, they start a relationship, and then, you know, it kind of says in IMDb, you know, there's some things going on. So you could be left to your own imagination. Now, it does escalate rather quickly. I want to say at about the 38-minute mark, you kind of know what's going on, if you didn't already figure it out. But at that point, you're clued in. So I thought that was pretty early in the film. And so what happens for me then, I think, I was trying to see if I could see where this was shot. Looks like it was in California. But anyway, I'll stop paying attention to that and pay attention to you. So I felt very predictable. And that's okay. I didn't see any twists and turns, you know, like I think I don't know, it became, for me, what I thought it would be. You know, I don't want to go into too much detail because if you do decide to watch it, I'll give you in right now. I'm talking a 4 or 5. Frank Grillo is in the whole movie, but it's not a cameo. Filmed in Montana. I wonder if you can have open container in Montana. Interesting. I don't know. Interesting that I just picked that out. Anyway, so the movie itself, like the first 30, I don't know why it's called Shadow. The first couple of minutes, setting it all up, I thought was pretty okay. You know, I was interested. I was involved. I liked who he was and what's going on. But once after the 38-minute mark, I was hoping that there was going to be something else to change my mind on this movie, and there really wasn't. Not that there was bad acting or anything like that. I don't know how good of a judge I am with acting. You could be the judge of me being the judge. But I don't really talk about it that much. But in this case, it was more about the plot and the storytelling for me than it was for anything else. So I think I want to talk about it a little bit more openly. But in the end, I think you get a plot line that I think we've seen in some form or fashion. What was the knock on the door? I forget what the movie with Keanu Reeves is in it. Really reminds me of that kind of stuff. But I felt like it was a movie that was already done. I felt it was very predictable. I didn't think the action scenes and the intense scenes were enough to keep my interest. So there you go. So I think I'm going to give it a 5. I think I said that. Definitely not any higher. I don't think I could go lower. But there you go. That's the skinny on it. Now, I would like to get into a little bit more detail without ruining anything. The ending. Without ruining the ending. But it's going to be more detail. So I'll say spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. So if you don't want to hear this, if you really want to go watch this movie and check it out, go ahead. Redbox, my advice. But I'm going to talk openly about it. So spoiler alert. You can disconnect now, like, share, whatever, all. Okay. So I felt obviously very, very predictable right from the moment he meets her. You know what's going on, right? I mean, it is plain as day, and that's okay. They could leave you those breadcrumbs if they're gonna, I think, surprise you later or twist you later. That doesn't happen for me. I also feel that while the idea behind what they're doing is very interesting, and I like the backstory, very loosely told backstory to get us to this point. The level of greed that they would go through to end up where they were, I mean, is just ridiculous, right? I mean, this guy's got millions and millions of dollars. He's got a $6 million Picasso laying on the thing. Take that and go. You know what I mean? I get it. This is your career. This is kind of the thing that they do, right? But cut your losses and go. I mean, they get to a point where they have to get another $14 million. How many millions of dollars did they get already? And they haven't hurt anybody, and they can get away scot-free. I mean, that's just greed and creates, you know what I mean? That's just dumb. If they were that good, they make it sound like they've done this before, and they were smart. I mean, they were smart enough to get to this point, and very manipulative, and applaud them for their efforts there. But really, you're going to stick it out and try and go for bearer bonds. That's where it loses it for me. You know what I mean? It's like, you got all this stuff you can, boom, take off, and I need another 14 months. Move on to the next house. That bothered me. I mean, obviously, if they would have done that, there wouldn't have been the movie, but then maybe there shouldn't have been, or they should have thought of something else to make that happen. So, if you watched it, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, I didn't hopefully spoil it for you. I don't think so. You know a little bit more, I think, but you watch 10 minutes of the movie, you'll get it. So you don't really, I didn't spoil it for you, but I also warned you that there were going to be spoilers. So that's it. That's I wanted to share that with somebody, and since you and I watch movies together, I thought it would be appropriate to share it with you because there's nobody else here. So anyway, hopefully I was helpful. Hopefully you were entertained. And that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.